Today is November 18th, 2019, and this is your daily Half-Life 3 update. There is no news about Half-Life 3, so I was gonna just end the video there. I contemplated waiting till tomorrow to talk about the quote-unquote news that came out today. And I know if I didn't say anything about it, my comment section would be flooded by people who would comment about how I didn't talk about this or I missed the news. It would be half that and half the people saying the same thing over and over again. But yes, apparently Valve today did confirm that Half-Life Alyx is happening, which we already kind of knew about this. We knew that Valve's flagship VR game was codenamed HLVR, Half-Life VR. There was the speculation that it was going to be about Alyx and that it was going to take place before the events of Half-Life 2. Now, I guess we haven't yet confirmed the timetable, but that seems most likely that it would take place before the events of Half-Life 2, because it would be really weird if Half-Life 3 wasn't in the perspective of Gordon Freeman and it was Alyx instead, because you can't have Gordon Freeman talk, and you also can't have a first-person protagonist in a Half-Life game talk, so you would just have two silent people running around two silent people in the video game doing stuff. That would seem super weird, because even, I guess you did play as Barney in Blue Shift, and then he shows up in Half-Life 2, but he was a more minor character. I feel like it would be super weird if after playing as Gordon Freeman silent for so long that he would show up as a secondary character and be talking. That would seem super weird. But yeah, and just first off, I'd like to say Half-Life Alyx is a really uninspired title, and I'm kind of disappointed. They could have done better. I mean, they didn't call Blue Shift Half-Life Barney. I mean, just anything would have been at least something. Half-Life Alyx is not a lot. I mean, at this point, you could have just called it Half-Life VR. I mean, it gets the point across. But anyway, moving on. Like, this is all stuff that we've speculated for like months now or years. Maybe, I don't know. The Valve News Network guy knows. He's been following this shit forever. You can go to his channel and check it out. That's what he's there for. That's the point of his channel. But and I knew I just had to mention this and talk about this. And again, I have to reiterate because I don't repeat myself enough in life. HLVR or Half-Life Alyx, it's not Half-Life 3. Okay, it's not even the third Half-Life game, so that doesn't even count. It's like the seventh Half-Life game or whatever. But it takes place before the events of Half-Life 2. And the game that I'm talking about here on this channel, and the game that I'm looking forward to, is a game that takes place after the events of the Half-Life 2 Episode 2. That would most likely be Half-Life 3. It could be Half-Life 2 Episode 3. I don't think they would call it that. I think it would more likely be Half-Life 3. They could call it something else. I hope they don't call it Half-Life Gordon. But yeah, it's not Half-Life 3. So there's still no news about Half-Life 3, unfortunately. I guess you could say that this is a shot in the right direction because, hey, Valve is still making Half-Life games, or Half-Life game. Who knows how long they've been working on this, how long it took them to make it. And I don't know if this is going to exactly be what some people are expecting. I'm not really expecting this to be a full, first-person shooter, single storyline game. I'm expecting it to be more like a bunch of mini games, kind of. Uh, just from the stuff we've heard about, hologram rooms and simulators and stuff like that. I'm not even sure how Alex would fit into that type of game. But, it's something. Uh, I don't even have a computer that would handle VR or VR equipment to play VR. So that's fun. But not that I would even kind of like want to play VR. I mean, I want to sit down when I play video games. Isn't that the whole point? And I like playing with the controller. I don't want to play with my hands. Come on. I got stuff to do. And that has been your daily Half-Life 3 update for November 18th, 2019.